Westridge Cougars. We know that today is Tuesday. However, me and Mr. Kruger talked that we would like to bring you guys current events because we know you guys enjoy that so much. Real quick, as you can see, I got a little bit of a flow going on here. I have not resorted to bad haircuts yet, but if you haven't looked on the internet and seen how many bad haircuts people are given to their spouses, to their family, hopefully not their friends, but sometimes they are, you definitely need to check that out. I know someone that maybe had a questionable haircut. Mr.
Yes,
Kruger?
unfortunately, I hopped on the bad haircut. Now, try to fix it a little bit here, but check out this terrible pic right there. Now, the other thing you might say is, holy cow, what is wrong with Mr. Kruger? Does he have a mustache? And you better believe it. I'm coming for you guys to show up and be the best current events teacher out there in the game. And every great news anchor has a great mustache. So I thought I would give you a little knowledge here. Who's some great men in this world that have had mustaches? One being my favorite president of all time, Teddy Roosevelt. Okay, I don't know, there's another really important guy named Martin Luther King with an awesome mustache. And then, I don't know if you guys would know this guy, but Tom Selleck, okay, ask your grandparents, maybe your parents, was a huge fan and famous for having a good mustache. So I look good, look very similar to this guy off of Family Guy. News anchors with mustaches, they're in.
All right, now time to talk about some national politics. We've talked about Joe Biden and Bernie Sanders in the Democratic primary. Breaking news this week, Bernie Sanders has dropped out of the Democratic presidential race. So now it's going to be Joe Biden versus Donald Trump in November. That's probably the biggest opposition to Donald Trump that the Democrats could have picked.
Weekly reminder, wash your hands. Got a nice meme here by Drake Packer. You know, to the point where you wash your hands so many times that they hurt. But you know what? No pain, no gain.
The Kennedys are what you would call the closest thing to American royalty. They have heavily been involved in American politics since John F. Kennedy's dad started. However, there's also something called the Kennedy curse, where the Kennedys die before natural causes or sicknesses. For example, John's brother Joseph died in an airplane crash. John's son died 2 days after birth. JFK was assassinated. His brother Robert was assassinated. Robert's two sons, one died from a drug overdose, which was his choice. The other one died from a skiing accident. John F. Kennedy Jr. died from a plane crash. And most recently, Robert Kennedy's granddaughter and his great-grandson died in a canoeing accident, retrieving a small item really for no reason. I would say stay away from the Kennedys. What's that? Oh, breaking news coming from Mr. Kruger. Mr. Kruger, to you.
Mr. Bombeck, we are reporting live from CCC here in Grand Island. It was only 2 short months ago where we were here on our school tour. On the school tour, we learned about the 3D printers that they have in a lab here. They are now making 15 face masks at this campus right here every day. They send these masks to the hospital here at St. Francis to help all the healthcare workers. All these great things are happening here in the local stories during the coronavirus to fight them. Thanks, Mr. Bombeck. Back to you.
The dumb news story of the week. Guys, girls, there are plenty of reasons for you to break up with your significant other. But during this coronavirus, this one takes the cake. So, a boyfriend and girlfriend were living together in an apartment, and they were stocking up on food. The girlfriend was taking this a lot more serious than the boyfriend. She thought that this was going to become apocalyptic, where they would have to hide food, and it'd be something like, The Walking Dead, okay? She took their can of beans, like multiple of them, and hid them in the forest behind their apartment complex. The boyfriend got mad about this, and they got in a big fight and broke up, all because she buried cans of beans in the forest. If you ask me, that's pretty dumb.
Hey, all you cool cats and kittens out there. Got a little kitten story for you right now. Now, tigers. Second favorite animal. Big part of my classroom. And in the animal corner of my room, tons of tiger posters. I like tigers. Now, much of the world, we thought tigers and any animal is safe from the coronavirus. This is where you're wrong. In the Bronx Zoo in New York, a tiger contracted the coronavirus. Now, hopefully he's going to be okay, but watch out. Caden, good story. Watch out for tigers with the coronavirus. Guys are in a tough year. all right, especially with this coronavirus going on. This is not an ideal way to close out your school year, right? Being a senior is probably even worse. This last week, we had Be the Light ceremonies across the nation where they lit up the campuses of schools at the military time of 2020, also known as 8:20 p.m. For 20 minutes, they went around and had lights shining to help celebrate the class of 2020. Difficult times, lacking celebrations, but this is one cool one here. You can see the picture up here from Grand Island Senior High.
Hey guys, it's my favorite segment of the week, the dad joke of the day. We got a lot of suggestions from both our students, Purple and Gold, for what jokes we should say. I chose the most popular one. You ready? Did you know the first French fry was not made in France? It is made in Greece.
Hey, do you know why the Pelican got kicked out of the restaurant? Because he had a large bill. That one's brought to you by Marissa Crosby. We are the People's Show. Okay, those Google Docs, when you answer all those questions, we look at them. We had a bunch of people say, hey, what's going on with Nash and Kennedy? And now some of you are like, we don't care about your kids. I get it, right? But here is a couple clips, one of Mr. Bombeck's daughter Kennedy and one of my son Nash showing their progress during the coronavirus.
Come on, you cheater. Good job. Good job. Woohoo!
You love living in Nebraska? Because I do. I got a great story from Preston, and it talks about how great Nebraskans really are. In a rest stop just outside of Grand Island here, they were serving free meals to all police officers and the truck drivers driving by on I-80 because they're the ones protecting our world and also making our world go around. 1,000 meals out to these great people. Awesome job. Love our community. Keep up the great work. Boom. It's Mount Rushmore time. Last week's Mount Rushmore was over cereal. Top main answers. Fruity Pebbles. Boo. That's terrible. All right. Dry cereal in the milk. Still terrible. I don't know why you guys like it, but step up your cereal game. Okay. Boring cereal that is good. Cheerios. I can appreciate that one. Reese's Puffs. Huge answer. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Huge answer. And Captain Crunch. Probably your most favorite out there. Cereal game. Fairly strong.
Good job with your Mount Rushmore last week of cereal. This week, we are going to do local restaurants. It must be a restaurant in Grand Island. I will start with my 4. Number 1, Sin City. Best burgers and breakfast in town, no doubt. Number 2, La Mexicana. However, I would pick Mena's, shout out to you, Ali Z, before La Mex, but it's only a food truck. They had a restaurant, definitely would be number 2. Number 3, Texas T-Bone. Best steak in town, locally owned, locally operated. It's great. And last one, Fuji. Give me some of that sexy sauce. Mr. Kruger, what's your top 4?
And support local. That's the point of this Mount Rushmore. Plus, who doesn't love some of the great food that we have here? Now, we know there's other restaurants, other places, but we're looking for your favorite restaurants here in Grand Island. Well, number 1, without a doubt, not even in question, Texas Roadhouse. Every time I go to Texas Roadhouse, they ask, do you want more bread? And the answer is always yes. Always yes. Okay? Number 2, gotta go local. Tacos, Las Palmas, have my heart. They're amazing, great food over by the skate park. Number 3, okay, we're going a little bit fast food, but it tastes quality, and that's the only thing that matters. Raising Cane's, all right? They're great to teachers. Every year we get a free meal. Great people over there at Raising Cane's, and they have great fresh lemonade. And number 4, okay, I know it's a big chain restaurant, but if I'm going for like a higher class fast food, I love Arby's. Arby's is also great. That's my top 4. What are your guys's?
Ba-da-dum. It's time for sports. Sad news story of sports. Tom Dempsey, an NFL kicker who had the NFL record for the longest field goal for the longest time of 63 yards, died from coronavirus this week. You know what's impressive about Tom Dempsey? He was born without fingers on his right hand and without toes on his right foot, and he still set the NFL record. Now that's impressive. That should give you motivation that you can do whatever you set your mind to.
99, 100, 101. During this time, stay fit. Don't forget to exercise. Leading to our next sports story. The coronavirus has made times very difficult for everyone, including the NBA players. People are living paycheck to paycheck in the NBA. Over one half of the NBA players have said that they're worried about their finances. If you're wondering, what's that like? The average NBA player makes $7.7 million a year. That seems like enough not to worry about paycheck to paycheck. The average adult in the United States makes $31,000. Some people are really struggling out there right now, but don't feel bad for those NBA players. That's even though you guys are learning from home, you still have to remember my class rules. You have to have a PMA, positive mental attitude, every day. Okay? And the other one, you guys remember? ELE, everyone loves everyone, except for Cardi B. Now, a news story brought to you from Kyla Seabrance tries to make Cardi B look a better person than she actually is. This story goes that she had a news interview, and then DJ Snake, stupid name, turns that interview into a song called The Coronavirus. And it's a super repetitive, blah, 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 coronavirus. This song blows up, okay? The number 4 most downloaded on iTunes, right? Thousands and thousands of views on YouTube, making lots of money. Cardi B and DJ Snake say they are going to donate all of the money to the coronavirus victims and people who are also short with income during this time. So, ELE except Cardi B, she's still terrible, but just a little bit less. Now, we know this time is difficult. Hopefully the weather is continuing to get better and better, and you get outside. Like this guy, the 97-year-old World War II vet, he's tired of all the bad news. So what does he do? He goes out and makes a video of him dancing on his front porch to Justin Timberlake's Can't Stop the Feeling. Great song and an even better dancer.
Well, that's it for current events this week. You guys should check out the other attached videos that shows all the wonderful pictures that you sent, both Mr. Kruger and I, from last week. As always, flatten the curve and go Cougs.